And I'm trying to understand that you're investigating the Republican nominee for President of the United States. Okay,
No.
You've already finished with the Democratic nominee.
Yeah, we
Now
were
it's
not
the Republican nominee, and you got a FISA warrant that was a lie, and you say, well, it wasn't. You're head of the FBI. Didn't you check? Didn't you go, hey guys, this is this is a nominee for President of the United States. Let's sit down and talk about what's your evidence. You never did that? Well, I'll give you this. You have been an equal opportunity egotist. You have tried to screw both Trump and Clinton. Let's talk about Clinton first. When you were head of the FBI, you investigated Secretary Clinton and her emails and her server, did you not?
Welcome to Liberty Trigger. Folks, I've got to tell you, what we just witnessed in that Senate Judiciary hearing is exactly why so many Americans no longer trust the FBI or the so-called institutions that are supposed to protect our democracy. Senator John Kennedy went toe-to-toe with former FBI Director James Comey, and let me tell you, what came out of Comey's own mouth confirms everything patriots like us have been saying for years. The swamp runs deep, and Comey was swimming in it.
An FBI team did while I was director, yes.
And you concluded that there were no criminal violations, did you not?
There were no violations that a reasonable prosecutor would pursue.
But you didn't just issue a statement. You called a press conference. And you commented on her behavior. You said she was extremely careless, but in your opinion, there was no criminal intent. What were you thinking of? I mean, this is the Democratic nominee for President of the United States. Didn't you realize that could have an impact on the investigation?
Investigation was ending at that point when I issued the summary of what we had concluded.
Sorry, I misspoke. Didn't you realize that could have an impact on the election?
Oh, potentially, sure. And I was trying to offer...
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was trying to offer transparency about the justification for ending an investigation of intense interest to the American people in July 5th of 2016.
Well, you gave us a full dose of transparency. 11 days before the election, you sent a letter to Congress saying, never mind what I said in my press conference, my unprecedented press conference, I'm going to reopen the investigation, didn't you?
Correct. I didn't say what you just said in the letter, but I told the chairs of the committees we were reopening the investigation to examine some additional material.
And then a few days later, right before the election, you said, never mind. She didn't do anything.
No, I said the examination was completed and it doesn't change our view.
And we're not talking about a parking ticket here. We're talking about the Democratic nominee for President of the United States, the most powerful person in the free world. And you didn't think that would have an impact on the election?
Oh, I knew it could potentially have an impact no matter what we did.
And you don't like attention?
Yes, both of those things are true at the same time. Sometimes you have to make hard decisions and you don't like attention.
Let's talk about Trump. You didn't really care about Dr. Page, did you? You wanted Trump, didn't you?
That is not accurate.
Yeah. When you went and got these warrants to investigate Dr. Page, that you don't remember much about, what did that allow you to do? Could you follow him around?
First, I didn't, Senator, go get any warrants. The investigative team and the lawyers from DOJ got offers.
Right. Could you follow him around with the authority from FISA?
No, you didn't need authority from FISA to follow someone around. This was about electronic surveillance.
Oh, so you could wiretap him?
It allowed you to collect electronic communications that he was engaged in.
You can wiretap him?
Yeah, that's the old-fashioned term, but yes, it gave you authority to collect electronic communications. Almost no one uses.
Could you bug him?
I don't think there was authority in the FISA application for a remote listening device.
Could you open his mail?
I don't think that was included either.
But you don't remember?
I don't. It's easy to figure out, but I don't. Sitting here, I don't know.
Okay, that's fair. And you're saying today that that if you knew now what you didn't know then, that you wouldn't have signed the application?
I would not have signed the narrow certification that the FBI director has to give, but more importantly, I'd want to know from the team, how are you thinking about this? Why are these things not being included?
Yeah, I mean, that's what you're a smart guy. You're honors graduate, William and Mary, Chicago Law School. And you don't like attention. And I'm trying to understand that you're investigating the Republican nominee for President of the United States. Okay,
No.
You've already finished with the Democratic nominee.
Yeah, we
Now
were
it's
not
the Republican nominee, and you got a FISA warrant that was a lie, and you say, well, it wasn't. You're head of the FBI. Didn't you check? Didn't you go, hey guys, this is this is a nominee for President of the United States. Let's sit down and talk about what's your evidence. You never did that?
Senator, we were never investigating the Republican candidate, Mr. Trump. This was about a surveillance warrant on someone who was no longer associated with the campaign.
Oh, you just got his name out of the white pages.
Whose name?
And then with General Flynn, you've wrapped up your investigation, but you decide to take one more shot. Sally Yates says you went rogue. Isn't that accurate?
It is not accurate.
Well, why would she say that? She sure didn't compliment you. I was sitting right here, bigger than Dallas. Listen to her. She said you went rogue.
Is he asking me what she meant by that?
Yeah, what do you think about that?
I think she was disappointed that I didn't coordinate the Flynn interview with her in advance, and I understood her concern about that. I think she understood my explanation afterwards as to why I used my authority, which I had, to do it without coordinating.
But you don't like attention.
I stand by my earlier answer. I love attention from my grandchildren and my children and my wife. The rest of it, I could let politicians have it.
Let's start with Hillary Clinton. Remember 2016? The private email server, the classified documents, the lies? The FBI concluded no reasonable prosecutor would bring charges. Yet Comey still held a press conference to lecture the American people, saying Clinton was extremely careless. That's not law enforcement. That's politics. And then, 11 days before the election, he flips again, saying he's reopening the case, then closes it days later. Folks, this wasn't about justice. This was about James Comey putting himself in the spotlight, playing kingmaker with our elections. And then we move to Donald Trump. Comey tries to deny it, but the facts don't lie. He signed off on a FISA warrant against Carter Page, a Trump campaign associate. What does that mean? It means the FBI was effectively surveilling the Republican nominee for President of the United States. Did Comey sit his team down and demand rock-solid evidence before signing? No. He admits right there, if he knew then what he knows now, he would never have signed it. Too late, Mr. Comey. The damage was done. The American people know the FBI was weaponized against Trump, plain and simple. And let's not forget General Michael Flynn. The man served his country with honor, and what did Comey do? He sent agents to ambush him in an interview without even coordinating with the Department of Justice. Even Sally Yates, no conservative herself, said Comey went rogue. Think about that. The FBI director, the supposed top law enforcement officer, breaking ranks and running his own little operation. That's not oversight. That's not justice. That's abuse of power. Senator Kennedy called it out like it is. He asked Comey straight up, "Didn't you realize your actions could sway a presidential election?" And what did Comey say? Oh, he admitted it could have, but he hides behind the excuse of transparency. Folks, transparency doesn't mean dropping political bombs 11 days before Americans cast their votes. That's not transparency. That's manipulation. Comey kept saying he doesn't like attention. Give me a break. Every single action he took screamed otherwise. Press conferences, letters to Congress days before an election, rogue interviews. If that's not attention-seeking, I don't know what is. He wanted to be the man in the middle, the power broker, the guy who thought he was smarter than the American voter. And here's the bottom line, folks. The FBI is supposed to be the premier law enforcement agency in the world. But under Comey's leadership, it became a political weapon. It went after Trump. It gave Clinton a pass. And it destroyed trust in our institutions. Americans deserve better. We deserve an FBI that enforces a law, not one that plays politics. So when Senator Kennedy asked Comey if the FBI might have been better off if he just stayed a law professor at Columbia, he was right on target. Because everything Comey did as FBI director weakened the Bureau, weakened trust, and weakened faith in our democracy. And that, my friends, is why patriots like us are standing up and demanding accountability. We cannot let unelected bureaucrats, drunk on power, dictate elections ever again. This is why we fight. This is why we speak out. And this is why we stand behind leaders who tell the truth, no matter how unpopular it may be in Washington, D.C. If you're sick and tired of this double standard, smash that like button, share this video, and subscribe. Because the fight for truth, for accountability, and for America is far from over. This is Liberty Trigger, signing off. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.